Hey everybody, I'm Jeff. There is nobody here but me, and this is Old Man Hiking. Well, today I am parked at the Lamping Homestead Recreation Area. It's part of the Wayne National Forest, the northern section above Marietta, Ohio. This is a very lightly used camping area. It looks like it's really well maintained. And I'm doing a couple of things different this time. Number one, I'm by myself. I have wanted to do a solo trip for quite a while. This was my chance, so I took it. Number two, this isn't backpacking like we normally do. This is a little more civilized. It's a primitive campground. There's no hookups, there's no RV parking, it's just all tent spots. But there are 10 of them back in through there. There's a lake. There are bathrooms, bear-proof trash cans. This looks like a really nice area, and I'm looking forward to an overnight. You see the car back here, along with a Forest Service truck. No sign of any Forest Service employees, though. We got this beautiful, nice, very well mowed field. And you'll see here in just a minute what I thought was so special about this place. It's $10 a night to camp here, but I'll tell you what, I think it's well worth that to be able to wake up in the morning and have that view. My goodness. And here's my campsite. Campsite number 5, right at the edge of the clearing, right on the shores of the lake. Plenty of opportunities for hanging a hammock. I don't know, I'm gonna look at site 6, maybe it's even better. As far as hammock opportunities, I'll go check that one out. Because an unobstructed view of the lake would be great. Walking on down to site 6. I think I might like it even better. Because look at this. That tree to that tree with the hammock. And there's the view first thing in the morning. I love it. It is Friday afternoon, about 3 o'clock. In the latter part of September, and I have this place to myself. Besides the Forest Service employees, there was one other car in the parking lot when I pulled in, and they were just fishing. So when they leave, it is just me. Where in the world can you find a campsite like this that's not crawling with people? Right here in the Wayne National Forest, that's where. Don't have an active fishing license right now, so I didn't bring any pole or anything, but the people that were leaving that were fishing said the fishing was really good here, so next time I will definitely try that. Right now, gotta get everything set up. So every site has a pole to hang your backpack from, or I guess your food, although that doesn't look like it's far enough off the ground to stop a bear. Bear-proof trash can right there. Nice picnic table. Big nice fire ring. I'm gonna have to try to find some firewood here after a while. And here's my bed. Got the Dream Hammock Darien. I got the Hammock Gear Econ 40 under quilt, Hammock Gear Econ 40 top quilt, high quality, all of it, love it all. You see I got two different colors so I can tell them apart. Got my Hennessy Hex tarp, a little on the heavy side, but haven't bit the bullet and bought a Dyneema yet, one of these days. So I'll give you a little mini tour of these campsites. Like I said, that's site 5 down there. That was my initial choice. Then when I saw this spot here for the hammock, I thought, yeah, I'll go with 6. So this is 6. 7 down here. There's a decent option for a hammock right there. 8 is stuck kind of back in here by itself, a little more private. That's definitely a tent site there. 9 right here. And 10 right over here. Now, 1 through 4 are out through there on the other side of that clearing that we walked down to get here. I may go over and check those out after a while, but I have no intention of moving. But yeah, 1 through 4 are over there. So there's 10 sites. Now you can see there's not a lot of privacy. If this were to actually be full, you'd kind of be on top of each other, unless you brought a group and you knew everybody that was in the other sites. But I don't even think that would be bad. You could still kind of spread out and stay out of each other's way. Now this is interesting here. For those of you who don't know what that is, that blue blaze means the Buckeye Trail, which runs around the state of Ohio. It comes down through this area, crosses over into Hocking Hills, but it's just over 1,400 miles long. If you take it all, you can walk all the way around Ohio, but it comes right through here. There's another blue blaze down there on that tree, and it coincides through here with the North Country Trail, which is, I think, the longest of the long trails. It's over 4,000 miles. You can walk from like Vermont to North Dakota or something like that. So it runs along with the Buckeye Trail through here. This is also the Lamping Trail, which will be yellow blazed once we get on it. There's either a 1.5 mile or a 4-mile loop that you can take that runs around the lake, back through those woods through there, and back over this way across the dam down here at the end, which created the lake. This place is named for the Lamping family who settled here in the early 1800s. They apparently didn't stay very long, but they left their name behind. And my understanding is somewhere back in through there, there's a cemetery, a family cemetery. So we're going to try to find that as well. But probably won't hike the trail until in the morning sometime. Get breakfast over and everything packed up and ready to go, and then treat it like a day hike and then head home. Walking around the end of the lake where the dam is, just to get some shots back across the lake at my campsite, and I came across this little side trail that's mowed, obviously maintained. And lo and behold, here's the cemetery. Oh, I don't know if any of these are readable. This is another sign marking the Lamping Trail, but also the North Country Trail. Well, tonight's meal, Mountain House beef stew. Gluten-free, which I need to be. Never tried this one before, so it's going to be a first for me, but we'll see. Everything else I've tried of theirs has been pretty good to awesome, somewhere in that range. Well, from little dried bits of stuff and dust to this, with some boiling water in about 10 minutes. It looks good, it smells good, and it is very good. So I got the tarp set up in porch mode, and usually at night I'll put both sides down, pitch it down kind of tight, keep it a little bit warmer, but it's not supposed to be very cold tonight, and I think I'm going to leave it in porch mode just so I can lay in the hammock and see that. I haven't gotten tired of looking at that yet. Oh boy, I think this might have been a mistake. It's really dark outside. It was quiet, but now I hear stuff walking around. And, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe this whole solo trip thing was a big mistake. Nah, I'm just messing with you. It's a beautiful, beautiful night. I'm having a blast. Well, good morning. I really didn't get to film much of the morning routine, breakfast or anything, because I had some campers come in late last night, set up right behind me, and I was trying to be quiet for them this morning. They weren't too quiet for me last night, but, you know, do what you do. So I am going to hike the Lamping Trail short loop and then head home after that. So I'll show you a little bit of the trail, and we'll be on our way. Blaze for the Buckeye Trail. Blaze for the Lamping Trail. It's been another interesting year for mushrooms of all kinds. We're probably about a mile from the campsite, starting to get some elevation. This creek I've been walking along beside, or dry creek bed right now, crossed it back down there, just stepped across, but it's getting deeper as we go, so we are definitely going uphill here. Hey Chipmunk, how are you this morning? Well, here's an interesting little switchback. Go down, back through this creek bed again, and then right up and up that direction. That'll get the heart going a little bit. All right, so I'm on top of that switchback, looking back down. I would say after a good hard spring rain, that might be a little fun getting across. You'd definitely get your feet wet. All right, kind of came out on a flat here in a pine forest. I think these are the pine trees on the opposite side of the lake. Did some climbing back there, so this is a nice welcome change, a little bit of flatness. Looking for the intersection with the short loop and the long loop. Here it is. Hard to miss because it's well signed. Short loop, long loop, and the campground, which is where I came from. It is the 25th of September. Just starting to see the first tinge of fall. If you look out through there, you can see some gold, a red back in the distance. Most trees are still green, but it's coming. One of my favorite times of the year. Short loop has presented a challenge. I came from that direction right to this. Pretty good sized blowdown right across the trail. And it's been here for a while because the leaves are dead. Nobody's cleaned this one up, but the trail goes right through that and continues on down the hill. So I'm having to bushwhack up the hill, which is probably not a great idea, but I don't see any other choice at this point. Trying to work my way around it. All right, well, thank goodness for trekking poles and good tread on the shoes. I got around it. Walked down that. And on we go, I think. So some time ago, off of some tree that may not even be here anymore, this branch fell and it landed in the crook of this tree, which is now in the process of growing around it. That has been there for a while and it is not coming out until it rots. All right, we are now at the other end of the short loop connector trail. The long loop goes that way, campground that way. We're coming off the short loop. We're going to make a right, head back toward the car. All in all, this is a really well-maintained area. I highly recommend it, although I kind of hope most people don't follow my advice because that means it'll get crowded. And I kind of like it like this. Here we are, back at the lake. See, the fishermen are out this morning. Well, we made it back to the car. And there was a point yesterday when I was the only car in the parking lot on Friday afternoon. It filled up considerably. There was a couple other groups that came in, but still it didn't feel like had anybody on top of me. And crossed this one off the bucket list, done a solo trip, made it back. Actually not that far from the car, but that's okay. Until next time, I hope to see you out on the trail somewhere.
Yeah, no doubt about it.